I characterise 2015 in the life of the library as somewhat of a roller coaster. Many of you in this room know me personally and know that I'm extremely prone to motion sickness. So I would never seek out an adventure ride as a matter of course. So how did the year pan out? We had some wonderful highs of the year, and it's invidious of me to pick out any one. You're seeing them rolling behind me on the screen. Perhaps our contribution to the decade of centenaries is what most lingers in my memory. But then amongst the lows, we had the withdrawal of Arts Council funding for our programming. Back up again, the library appealed this decision in a cool, calm and incisive manner, which proved productive. We got back 70% of the money.
The library in 2015. I'm also very pleased to welcome Samantha, our new librarian, to the Lindenhall Library in 2015, and since she's arrived, Samantha has spent a lot of time putting new processes in place, and since she started last year she has been working with me in our museum's accreditation application. I have to say that's probably unfair. I should say she's now taken the lead on it, because obviously that's more her area than mine, but I'm sure you'll be delighted in her report to hear about her progress on many issues. Now, as everyone is aware, the economic climate has been difficult. There have been numerous funding cuts. During 2015, the library had a further cut in funding from the Department of Culture, Arts and Leisure, which reduced our annual funding from the department to $256,000. Then in July 2015, Anne's already mentioned this, we learned that our application to the Arts Council for Northern Ireland for project funding for the arts and cultural programming in the library had been unsuccessful. I then decided I would attend a feedback meeting with two directors in the Arts Council. At this meeting, I learned that the application was of a sufficiently high standard to receive funding. However, the library had not been prioritised as a frontline arts delivery organisation. Well, quite frankly, I thought that was ridiculous when you were talking about the Lindenhall Library. I launched an appeal on the basis of the definition, so not on the basis of the arts programming, but on the basis of this definition. And in September 2015, I'm pleased to report that the library's appeal was upheld. This led to the reinstatement of £25,000, and previously we'd received 37 or 38, which contributed to a salary within the library. It's good that we could continue with arts and cultural programming, but it didn't give us additional funds to invest in programming, so we've been managing on very little over the past year really. But I would like to thank everyone who supported our appeal. By writing to the Arts Council, we were absolutely overwhelmed by the goodwill shown towards the library, both by people writing, telephoning and on social media.
Present my first report to the AGM, and I'm very pleased to report on library services from taking up the post of librarian in the middle of September 2015 to year end. An initial review of library services was undertaken to confirm what we are doing well and to identify areas for development. This review highlighted a number of areas of focus, including the accessibility and visibility of collections, cataloguing and storage of material, and complementary services from the library desks. The collections we have are unique, and we should ensure they are celebrated, preserved, and made as accessible as possible. To this end, thanks to funding from the Department of Culture, Arts and Leisure, we have taken receipt of the aforementioned new display cabinets, and we will programme the display of items of interest and note which represent the variety and richness of our collections.
At the first page of the summary that I gave you, and it should illustrate for you the main trends in the library's financial performance over the last 4 years. The library did have another financially challenging year in 2015, and it continues to operate in a difficult economic environment. However, the operating deficit last year was reduced to £29,000 from a deficit of £118,000 in 2014. Also, because the operating deficit includes some non-cash items such as a charge for depreciation of the library's physical assets, the bank overdraft balance was actually reduced from £147,000 to £128,000 over the course of the year. and cash held in endowment funds also increased by 60,000. So taking the income side first and comparing 2015 to 2014, total income rose from 914,000 to 920,000.